Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 33 of my Tampa Bay Rays Out of the Park Baseball series here. So today we are back with the offseason after a disappointing exit in the playoffs in the 2023 ALCS. We fell to the Kansas City Royals, we fell to the Austin Orchids, who defeated the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. So we are on to the offseason, and it's going to be a pretty big offseason because not only do we have Todd Benzinger and Colt Morton, whose contracts ran out, but we also have Brian Butterfield retiring, so we need to find a new manager. Butterfield does not see it through to winning a World Series with Tampa Bay. He ends up retiring. We made it to 2 World Series with Butterfield, but he ends up retiring before we were able to win one with him, so we're going to have to replace him. That's going to be tough. Lorenzo Cain retiring. Josh Donaldson's second-year option vests, so he's coming off of a 4.6 win season. Possibly a guy we could look to shop. Kind of depends on our financial situation moving forward. Anthony Rizzo has a team option, does he? And he was 113 OPS plus last year, 2.8 WAR. And it is a team option, so probably decline that, to be honest. Snell, we're definitely going to execute. Rojas for $15 million, and his ratings have significantly declined now. He gets hurt last year, 31 years of age at this point, and for $15 million, probably going to avoid that. So the real question is what to do with Rizzo, and he has not been the same hitter the last 2 years. A little bit better last year, 29 home runs. 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, he was 50 home runs and 4.6 wins. So let's look at team staff, and we'll take a look at the managers that are available. So out of local guys, there are not a lot of options. Barry Larkin, although he likes small ball. Pedro Peralta, sabermetric. I'd like to see that. Tactician, I don't know if we could ever get this guy to come and work. Yeah, they don't want to work in a foreign league. Same thing with this guy, I would assume. Yep. So maybe we go with Pedro Peralta. I suppose, why not? Let's read him. His decent reputation. Sometimes likes to bet the pitcher 8th. So sure, why not? Let's do this. Manager for 3 years at 1.25. And then we also need to sign a hitting coach and a scouting director. So let's do hitting coaches, and Benzinger, I guess he just doesn't want to re-up with us, so we could go with Jerry Brown from the Virgin Islands. And as for scouting director, let's do all coaches and look at scout ratings. And let's see what is most important to us of the guys that would actually go with us. Logan White, maybe the best. Scouts the International the best. Manuel Torres would be a good one, but I don't know if he would sign with us. Kevin Towers. So the ideal play would be Manuel Torres, but he will not sign in a foreign league. So how about Logan White to be the scouting director for 5 years? Give him $600,000, and that would be a big get. White has very good ratings. His worst rating is scouting majors, and that's still excellent. The other 3 are blue, so that's pretty good. Let's check out the salary arbitration screen. So 4 pending free agents, including Chris Sale. Whoops, I thought we have a team option on him, don't we? I guess his 5-year deal, actually, no, yeah, his 5 years are up. So, all right, we have to re-sign him. I was completely unaware of that. So that is going to, luckily it seems like we're going to have a lot of money to spend. Kiermaier, his money's coming off the books, and he's probably not going to be re-signed, even though he's coming off a good year. I don't know. He probably would take 1 year, $15 million. So we won't. Yeah, we probably let's do 1 year. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if he would take that. I don't know if it's worth risking giving him the qualifying offer. Sale we obviously want back. We're gonna have to free up a little bit more money to do that. Smith I don't care too much about. Bell is also going to be a big loss. We're probably not going to be able to retain him. These are 2 guys we can definitely get the qualifying offer to. Obviously, this guy we're going to withdraw from. That's $15 million we free up right there. We don't have to pay him, and we're not going to pay him that much. Urena looking at $3 million perhaps. Trace Thompson, I'm going to withdraw. Luis Rojas we're not re-upping with. Gillespie, perhaps. I'll have to look at the roster. DeLeon, 1.8. We'll do Zach Birdie for 2.7. And we'll probably do Nick Birdie as well. Nick Birdie for 1.4, actually. I think I'm going to withdraw that. Fido, for sure, we want back at $2 million, 4 years. So he has 3 years of team control left. I feel like now would be the time to extend him, but he hasn't really proven anything at the major league level yet. So I'm not going to give him an extension quite yet. Although he was really good for us last year. I think he'll be even better next year. I really like his rating. 65, great at least in movement control and stuff. He's fragile, though. Hopefully he stays healthy. So now, with withdrawing that money to Z, we still... Maybe we can move forward a day and we'll have... It'll say we'll have more money to spend. I'm not sure. So looking at our lineup, I think if we don't bring back Rizzo, Gillespie would be a pretty solid replacement. He's a decent offensive bat. Nothing too special, but wouldn't cost us nearly as much as Rizzo and would allow us to potentially spend at another spot. So let's do 6.5. He's got 1 year left on his deal. So we're going to give him that money. Probably not bring back Rizzo then. And then, maybe, you know, we can find potentially a DH somewhere else if we bring back Bell. Or if we don't bring back Bell, we sort of have 2 spots open in the lineup that we can spend money on. So we're going to void Rizzo's deal. And probably going to give Urena the $3 million just because he did play well last year, even though I could totally see him just being completely terrible next year. He probably will be terrible next year, but he's just, I mean, it's hard to argue. Like, it was 100, I mean, it was 300 ABs pretty much. I don't know what his BABIP was. 47 strikeouts in 300 ABs. That's a pretty low strikeout rate. That's like 10%. Actually, that's wrong. That's closer to like 15%. What am I saying? I can't do that quick math. And yeah, we still need to get a head scout back. Maybe we should have waited for the head scout to sign before giving the money to Urena. Because $3 million is kind of a lot. Let's actually withdraw that. Because the more I talk about it, the more I'm skeptical. And I need to go to pending offers. So we withdraw that offer. All right, let's keep moving forward. All right, and we do get our new head scout, Logan White. Kershaw, a 2-year extension, so I guess he was going to be a free agent. But he will not be now. Look at his look at the achievements he's racked up. So, all right, rest of the guys, DeLeon and Urena are the 2 guys that we are thinking about bringing back potentially or not. DeLeon, I feel like maybe we could trade him. So these are like a couple semi-interesting offers. I guess the Kansas City ones are the most interesting because we still have a whole kind of DH, that DH spot. We never get Seth Beer, but one of their corner guys perhaps. So the thing about a trade like this is it actually adds money onto us, so I'm not sure I'm ready to do that kind of trade quite yet, but I'm not going to offer either of these guys arbitration either quite yet. Let's do, what's their extension like? 1.8, so we'll keep that at 1.8, and Urena will keep the arbitration offer at 3. And then these guys, Rizzo, I'm going to offer the qualifying offer to. Yeah, because he wants at least $20 million. So we probably don't need to do it to Kiermaier as well. That seems a little excessive, and I don't want to run the risk. And he's looking for about $10 million. So my main priority is re-signing Sale, but he's looking for quite a bit of cash. He's obviously been a huge part of our success, so you almost feel that it's kind of necessary, but it would be nicer to get him at like closer to 25 for 3 years maybe. Make that 3rd year a vesting option where he needs 28 starts. I don't know, something like that. He's looking for more than that. How about we try 27.5 for 3 years? Same thing, vesting option. 28 starts. All right, 29 million for 2 years. This isn't bad. It's a lot of money, but it's pretty short term. So, and that's a player option. And I think I'm just going to give in to his demand and meet the 2-year demand, 2-year 58 million. That 2nd year's a player option. So he will probably re-sign that. Now we're down to about 13 million left to spend. And let's look at the rest of our roster and just see what other money we could peel off perhaps going into next year. So Donaldson is one option, but we just don't really have any infielders if we trade him. So I think I'll shop Donaldson at least, but it's unlikely I'm going to find a good deal for him. And if we can't, we're just going to have to try and make like a good value play for another bat in the lineup, or maybe a good bullpen piece. Donaldson for Stanton. Stanton's contract is way worse than Donaldson's. I do not want to do that deal. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty much stuck with Donaldson, but we don't. It's not necessarily a bad thing because we don't really have any other options at third base. We'll probably have a little bit more money when free agency starts than the $13 million that we are allegedly have right now. All right, so we are at the end of award season. We actually got a couple big awards. Familia won the Cy Young. He also won the reliever of the year, of course, but a 1.41 ERA. A pretty ridiculous year from Familia. 40 saves. Peripherals were pretty good. The whip under 1. Not like a monster season from a reliever. I mean, 1.41 ERA is very good, but not like all-time seasons kind of stuff. I mean, saw Britton last year had like a 0.6 ERA the whole year in real life, but he also won the reliever of the year, and then I think we won a Gold Glove with Rizzo. So let's take one final look at these guys, Urena and De Leon. I guess I'm just gonna let them. Yeah, I'll let them go to orbit. Well, no, I should just re-sign them, play it safe, give them the 1.8. I know the arbitration it could be more, but I know I can get them for the 1.8 and the 3 million. And well, Urena doesn't even want to negotiate. So all right. So we hit the first day of free agency. Bell and Rizzo both file. And let's take a look at the international market. I see one good pitcher here. Guy whose name I can't pronounce, but he looks like a very good starter. I don't know if we have the money for this, but that might be the play. Get that guy for 20 million, maybe trade one of our starters since we did re-sign Sale. And this guy, ooh, right fielder, big power. Maybe just sign this guy instead. Big right fielder, probably going to ask for less money than Josh Bell, and he's only 27. So definitely some potential plays here I see, and looks like a good list of free agents. Let's see, Benintendi. He was second place in the AL MVP. He's coming off a monster year, 33 homers. We don't quite have the money for him. Oh my, we have 55 million for free agents. What just happened? I don't understand. It said 13. I knew that didn't update when I didn't re-sign any of those guys. Like, I didn't bring back Rizzo or Bell. I knew we had more money than that, but the game was not. It wasn't updating for some reason. But this is fine. I mean, there's so many good options. We have, multiple spots of need. I look at the bullpen. We have Familia, Fisher, DeYoung, Birdie still. Givens comes back, and Robles. I guess that's pretty much. I mean, we could definitely use a lefty. If we were to sign one of those starters, I don't know who I trade. I probably, at this point, since we actually do have all that money, I'll probably just go after bats and not worry about getting crafty and trying to sign that one starter and then maybe trade one of these guys, because I would rather just keep these 4. These are like pretty much the core of my team right now. I want to keep building around. But looking at the lineup, I see, major spots where we could upgrade. Catcher, maybe shortstop. I don't really know what the option would be at shortstop, but definitely center field, right field, DH. Those couple corner spots. Certainly center field without Kiermaier. And maybe Benintendi is the kind of guy who could play center field. Or there was that other corner guy who was not. He was more of a DH corner outfielder type. But with 80 grade power, I certainly feel like that would be a good move for 19 million. Austin Hedges at catcher. He's obviously very good defensively. We could just bring back Zunino, who is a free agent. I didn't really talk about him. Machado also available, but we're sort of good at third base right now with Donaldson. We can't trade him, so should stay stuck really rather than good, because Donaldson could regress for sure. Kluber, Goldschmidt, and Correa. Ooh, Correa at 17 million. He's coming off well, he only played 14 games, I guess. That's why he's 29 years old. This feels like, yeah. All right, compensation, but for 17.8 million, oh yeah, we could definitely do this kind of deal. Maybe for 17 over 5. We'll do 4 years. 4 years at, oops. 4. I can't do the math. All right, well, he will do that. What is 4 times 17? 468. 4 years, $68 million offer to Carlos Correa, who still plays a solid shortstop. That would be perfect. The perfect get for us. And then maybe we also, I don't know, if Benintendi could play center field, he kind of can. This might be another perfect get. We have so much money to spend. This is kind of coming together for us perfectly. Maybe Benintendi is the move. Look at those hitting stats, and he's only 29. That would really set us up nicely. We add a lefty and a righty to the lineup. And that would pretty much be our new 3-4 probably, or our new 2-3 even. Because the rest of the lineup, I mean, it's just kind of question marks. Gillespie, Donaldson. Maybe, though, I mean, look at the other options at center field. Maybe if there are options to sign a couple cheaper guys, because some of the lineup, I mean, we could be looking at a kind of a top-heavy lineup if we add just Correa and Benintendi as opposed to maybe trying to fill it out with other guys. So let's just look at the other options for center field. But they, you know, kind of what you expect. Not really, the options aren't really too great. And I would much rather bring back Benintendi, or bring in Benintendi over Josh Bell. I know Bell was good for us. We traded for him. That turned out to be a pretty good trade. He was a very good player for us for a long time. Never had an OPS under 842. Never had an OPS plus under 127. That's a really good stat right there. And he was an Iron Man. He pretty much played every game. The lowest games play number was 147, other than the year he traded for him. But that was 161 over the course of the full season. But he's 31 now. His numbers are declining. There's Jackie Bradley too, but meh. Bradley, such an up and down hitter. He was good 2 seasons ago. That wouldn't be a bad option as a 4th outfielder, perhaps. I would kind of like that. I don't know if he would be fine being a 4th outfielder. But Benintendi would still leave us with like 10-ish million to spend. So I think this is, I don't know. I kind of think this is the move, but at the same time, I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll try 25 million for 5 years. 5 years, 125. That last year gonna be a player option. What's a little bit more than that? How about 26 million for 5 years? All right, how about we do 27 for 4 years? And he's not interested now. So we might have not played that so well. It's okay though. Still have other options. Still have other moves. We still have that international guy with the 80 grade power, which could be the move as well. We just don't really, I don't really know who would play center field for us if we invested a lot of money in this guy. And he often shows a lack of effort. He's not very good defensively. So Benintendi, I think I'd way rather have for just 8 million more per year. Hopefully we can go back to him. There's some good relievers too. Chapman for 11 million if we wanted to spend a little bit on the bullpen. But we probably wouldn't do that if we got Benintendi. But right now, I don't know if we're going to get Benintendi. It's not looking too good. There was also Yohan Moncada, who's a free agent, looking for a similar price tag to Correa, but has not been as good the last few years. He was really good. He had a 7.5 1 year, and then a 6 1 year not too long ago. But I don't really think he's that player anymore. And definitely seems like he's on the decline. Not very good defensively. I'm just looking at other free agent options right now. I'd probably still go after Shiping Kuo. If I do not get Benintendi, he'd probably be the guy I look to next. Price is coming out of a really good year with Kansas City. Tom Murphy? Nah. I'd probably rather just get Zunino back. Bullpen. Can look at bullpen later. Jay Woko. Yeah, all right. We'll just keep an eye. I'm gonna keep an eye on Benintendi right now. Still monitoring the Correa situation as well. We got good news from him when we got the negotiation update last. But if we don't get Benintendi, I'll probably go after Shiping Kuo as my plan B. So we get big update here. We are gonna have to make a more aggressive offer to Correa. Let's do 20 million over 4 years. That's up from the 17 purse. This is 4 years, 80 million. And Benintendi signed with one of the Chicago teams. It was the Cubs. Not a big surprise there. So now we can shift our focus to Shiping Kuo. And if the Correa thing doesn't work out, I guess Machado just signed. So he was going to be on my plan B for that. But thought about maybe moving Machado to shortstop instead. We will continue to target Correa and also Shiping Kuo. Let's see. Offer contract. And he doesn't want to play for our manager. God, are you serious? Wow. That is really unfortunate. Maybe Paul Goldschmidt could be a get. He's 36. Hitting ratings have definitely declined, but could still be a good bet. Still gets on base a lot, that's for sure. Elsewhere on the free agent market, I'm going to put in an offer for Garrett Stubbs for $5 million. And we'll do a 2-year contract. No option. So 2 years, $10 million. And in terms of looking at lefties on the market, Chapman has already been snatched up. Not really interested in a higher priced option like Britton. I don't really think we need to make a big play for a reliever. Although Britton is still very, very good even at 35. Although the declining strikeout a little bit concerning. The strikeout rate last year, although the 75 stuff rating is still very good, obviously. But Felipe Rivero at south of $5 million seems like it would be a good get. Even though he's kind of struggled the last 3 years really with the walk rate. And we let him go last year, but not looking for any kind of big money. So how about 2 years with a second-year team option? And how about we do 4.5 instead? And we'll do 2 years with a second-year team option. Nope, okay. So how about we'll offer him 5. And he still doesn't want to do that. Okay. So he really wants like at least 2 years guaranteed. Maybe we'll do 5 with a second-year vesting option instead. He might prefer that, but those vesting things, especially in a game like this, they're always kind of malleable. Let's do 50 innings pitched. Nah, he doesn't want to do that. All right, so maybe we'll have to come back to that. And for center field, I'm probably going to give Bradley a contract and have him be one of my options at least, maybe for 1 year. And he wants 2 years. How about 2 years at $3 million? And then probably if we get Correa, I'm probably going to try and shop Urena. See if I can just offload his salary. I might have to take something back, but could perhaps do it at a position of need.